Introducing first, the Undisputed ERA!
You take a look at the Capitol Wrestling Center, which embodies the history of our industry. Go back to WarGames and how it was constructed to destroy the Four Horsemen. Reimagined in 2017 to bring down that unit, the Undisputed Era. And now it's the Undisputed Era using WarGames to reestablish themselves and destroy Pat McAfee. And Kyle O'Reilly will start things out for Undisputed Era tonight. All four of these men with so much to prove. And Beth, Undisputed Era, a group that does not lack confidence heading into WarGames.
Nor should they. They have competed. This is their fourth WarGames matchup. Walking into this match that has housed groups like the Freebirds, the Road Warriors, the Four Horsemen.
And their opponents, the team of the Cruiserweight Pete Dunne, the NXT Tag Team Champions, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, and Pat McAfee!
Bet they run down a list of names tonight. It will house the NXT Tag Team Champions, Pat McAfee and Pete Dunne. Oh, it appears Pete Dunne has called a shot.
Pete Dunne, the only member of McAfee's team that has experience in the WarGames matchup. A wise choice on the part of Pat McAfee to start things out.
And Dunne knows what it takes to defeat Undisputed Era as well, but let's not forget Dunne and Kyle O'Reilly. It was Kyle O'Reilly who sort of brought Pete Dunne back. Thought Pete Dunne was on his side to confront Pat McAfee and crew, and it was Dunne who put a solid steel chair into the back of Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, I suspect that Kyle O'Reilly second-guessed the decision of Pat McAfee's team to send in their one experienced guy in WarGames, Pete Dunne, into this matchup. You know Kyle O'Reilly wants to rip that man to shreds.
Because of Pete Dunne's victory in the WarGames Advantage match over Kyle O'Reilly, it will be Team McAfee who will have the one-man advantage in roughly 5 minutes. And here we go now. O'Reilly and Dunne, WarGames. And Wade, you can just feel the tension and the animosity building here inside the Capitol Wrestling Center.
Tension, animosity, nerves too. Getting into that structure must be a terrifying experience, especially in the early goings. Not quite warm yet, not quite got that adrenaline going. You better hope you're firing on all cylinders very quickly or you will come a cropper.
The point, Bet, that you brought up about Pete Dunne being the only superstar on Team McAfee to have experience in this matchup, does that play into account of why maybe Pete Dunne's starting the match?
Oh, totally, and you'll see both of these men, they're struggling to stay in the center of the ring. Both of them knows what it feels like to hit that steel around all sides of this cage, and they don't want to get into that this early in the matchup.
O'Reilly, of course, no stranger to this matchup. Really a breakout performance against the NXT champion Finn Balor at NXT TakeOver 31. And O'Reilly really set a new bar for himself as we see both teams looking on from their shark cages. Under 4 minutes until the first superstar will be released from Team McAfee.
There we go, a grappling exhibition in the early goings of this one. Both men kind of feeling each other out. Neither wants to make a mistake early on here. Going for that triangle choke, though, is the BJJ expert Kyle O'Reilly, and smartly, the bruiserweight getting out of there quick.
You know, Wade, you got to start thinking as that clock continues to count down. What would happen if the Undisputed Era loses here tonight?
Yeah, it will be a complete disaster. I mean, there were some rumors before. Some people were saying the Undisputed Era are done. The Undisputed Era takes it. We go. Going for that cross arm breaker. is Kyle O'Reilly, but getting out there against Smalley is the Bruiserweight. If Undisputed ERA lose today, it might be game over for them.
Well, right now it's Dunne catching Kyle O'Reilly, and O'Reilly in an awkward position as Pete Dunne dragging O'Reilly in between the two rings.
Yeah, don't overlook the Brazilian jiu-jitsu smarts of the Bruiserweight, and a man of many talents, as indeed is Kyle O'Reilly. What a chess match this has been in the early games.
O'Reilly, nice takedown in Beth right now. It's Kyle O'Reilly, trying to wear down Pete Dunne.
I mean, this is a real smart start to this matchup once again, working on the joints, trying to understanding that you're in for a marathon here.
Oh! Dunne landed on his feet and then connects, much to the applause of the captain Team McAfee, that being the aforementioned Pat McAfee, who said earlier this week the spirit of Undisputed Era is broken. And it's right now, Beth, it's Pete Dunne maybe looking to break the fingers of Kyle O'Reilly.
And this would be disastrous for O'Reilly in the Undisputed Era this early in the matchup. Look at the awkward angle there, the manipulation of the delicate tendons of the wrist.
And again, just wearing down Kyle O'Reilly because Pete Dunne knows in a matter of moments it will be 2-on-1 advantage for Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee has engineered a number of genius moves in his short time here in NXT. Got to the very top as this one's breaking down into a slugfest now. Gone is that BJJ.
Kyle O'Reilly knows the time is a factor. He knows in a matter of moments a second member from Team McAfee is going to be walking into the ring. And right now, using the cage to his advantage is Pete Dunne. Again, bending back the digits of O'Reilly. O'Reilly doing his best to fight free.
O'Reilly really needs the upper hand in the worst way here. He needs to get into a position where he can meet whoever comes into the ring next.
Up and over O'Reilly through the legs. Trying to go around Dunne. Rolls through. Double stop onto both hands. Another kick inside the face.
This is all going the way of the Bruiserweight and Team McAfee so far.
And just under 60 seconds until the first member of Team McAfee is released. And look at O'Reilly. Beth O'Reilly trying to put Pete Dunne to sleep.
O'Reilly, it looks like he's making Dunne fade here. A critical move to get Dunne down and out. O'Reilly remains on his feet.
Big knee to the chest weight, and this is important. This is a crucial 30-second period for O'Reilly.
Yeah, maybe the chest, maybe the throat, but the Bruiserweight has got up and put it on that cross arm breaker. Once again, of course, there is no chance of tapping out or quitting at this point. The match hasn't officially begun, believe it or not, but the damage you can incur against your opponents at this point could be crucial.
O'Reilly able to break free and into almost a heel hook, trying to wear down Pete Dunne. That's 13 seconds and counting. Dunne trying to hold on. O'Reilly trying to beat down Pete Dunne.
Yeah, so that Imanari roll into the heel hook once again. He's won matches with this before. Can't win this one right now, but can cause a lot of damage.
O'Reilly having to hold on for
just
McAfee. Oh, no, it's not. It's one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Oney Lorcan.
And McAfee acting generous.
And Kyle O'Reilly held on to that heel hook as long as he could, and now is having Oney Lorcan come meet him.
Well, McAfee acting generous. He helped this man become one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, and now he's teeing off on a softened up Kyle O'Reilly. But Kyle O'Reilly, of course, as you would imagine, a man of his caliber, fighting back valiantly.
Strong strikes by O'Reilly, and O'Reilly now has to survive for 3 more minutes until the cavalry arrives.
And herein plays the advantage of WarGames for Pat McAfee's team. 2-on-1 as soon as Kyle O'Reilly got on top, immediately stripped back down.
And there's the Boston Brawler, Oney Lorcan, who's always willing to sacrifice himself to destroy anyone. O'Reilly doesn't connect. Half and half suplex connected by Lorcan.
Beautiful from the Boston Brawler, now attacking the arm of Kyle O'Reilly. Look at these two, the Bruiserweight and Oney Lorcan in complete control of this one.
And this really becomes a personal playground, Beth, now for Dunne and Lorcan for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, O'Reilly in a bad spot right now, looking to be tied up in a surfboard, it looks like, from Dunne. This is so painful on the shoulder joints.
Oh, but more importantly, O'Reilly just left open.
Unable to defend himself, face first into the mat. What a duo the Bruiserweight and Oney Lorcan are turning out to be.
Now you really start to turn the strategy because of the punishment done to Kyle O'Reilly. Whenever the first member of Undisputed ERA gets released into this matchup, it also, again, might be 2-on-1.
Oh, look at this, though. Once again, Kyle O'Reilly attempting to fight back, but for how long is the question? He's getting swarmed in there.
Oh, dragon screw to Pete Dunne. And he was able to tie up Oney Lorcan in the ropes for a moment. O'Reilly now, out of desperation, pulling himself to the top rope, looking down, and Dunne able to run and grab on to the right ankle, but O'Reilly kicking and hitting anything and everything that moves and it takes to the air. O'Reilly looks up and a drop kick to the left knee.
Picture perfect drop kick to that knee of O'Reilly, and just when his sails had fully flapped out, the wind was taken out of them as we look once again at Kyle O'Reilly flying through the air, driving that knee into the sternum of Oney Lorcan before it all boom!
He can't be very effective on one leg. It's a double submission. Oney Lorcan, Pete Dunne literally bending and tying up Kyle O'Reilly as his teammates can do nothing but watch in agony as the clock continues to tick away until the first member of Undisputed ERA is released into this matchup. And in comes Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish, the longtime tag team partner of Kyle O'Reilly. They've made a lot of history here in NXT, and now it's Bobby Fish who is attacked by these superstars. Several weeks ago, getting a little bit of payback himself, swinging a miss, connects to the midsection, and look at Fish go.
The Muay Thai aficionado needs all of his skills to take this duo out.
Fish is fired up.
Perhaps the most educated feat in sports entertainment. He's going to need them right now.
And bet the biggest thing Bobby Fish is doing right now, helping Kyle O'Reilly buy time. Spinebuster! And Fish focused on this task at hand. And again, as that clock continues to tick away, Kyle O'Reilly gaining and getting a lot of extra rest time. Boom! There's that spine-rattling spine buster as Dunne trying to answer back. O'Reilly back to his feet.
There we go. We got a 2-on-2 matchup once again. Kyle O'Reilly getting that second win. He might need more than that by the time this match is over.
Oney Lorcan charges in, and there's a 2-on-1 from O'Reilly and Fish.
Beautiful pop-up kick to the chest there. This is dream teamwork.
And this is exactly what Undisputed ERA ordered. Well, maybe not. Pete Dunne bending back O'Reilly. Fish from behind, trying to put to sleep Pete Dunne. Bruiserweight's in trouble. Oney Lorcan taken out.
And the Bruiserweight about to get a taste of his own medicine. 2-on-1, double strike, one to the back, one to the chest, knocking the wind out of the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne.
And Wade, the complexion of this matchup certainly has changed, and the pendulum has shifted to Undisputed ERA.
Exactly, they've now got the upper hand. It's 2-on-2. They need to make it count, though. Let's not forget who is the next person in this matchup. It's another member of Pat McAfee's team.
And the one thing about Undisputed ERA, veterans of this matchup have competed in every WarGames match to date here in NXT. They knew not to get rattled. They were able to take things as they came.
Yeah, of course, absolute experts at it. Getting essentially a rookie in there, which is a strange thing to say, of a 15-year vet, which is Oney Lorcan. Never been in this kind of matchup before, as we mentioned earlier. The only person to have been in the matchup from Pat McAfee's side is the Bruisers.
Matthew, take a look. It's Undisputed ERA, and quickly things again back in their advantage.
Yeah, there's no denying the gas tank of Pete Dunne in the best shape of his entire career. Dunne looking great in there, but been difficult to get one up on the fresh Bobby Fish.
And now look at, there's Kyle O'Reilly trying to implement his own submission as Pete Dunne trying to do the same. And again, Dunne using the cage, this time on Bobby Fish as the clock starts to count down.
Come on, come on, come on!
The next superstar will come from Team McAfee in 7 seconds. Bobby Fish screaming in pain. And here comes the other half of the NXT NXT Tag Team Champions, Danny Burch. And Burch, much like we saw in the women's WarGames match, going right under the ring.
Smart by McAfee. He's taking advantage of what he's paid for. He's paying these men a lot of money, make them do the dirty work.
And Burch catching quick with the right hand, taking out both O'Reilly and taking out Bobby Fish. Nice uppercut. And the advantage, I mean, Beth, we keep talking about it, but things shifting so quickly in this matchup.
Wait, what on earth is in this bat? Cricket bat! Oh, ever the Englishman, sorry to cut you off there, but a cricket bat in the ring.
And Danny Burch turning things around, and Beth, Danny Burch is now taking over.
Burch's fist appeared to be as effective as the cricket bat.
Well, and now it's Pete Dunne picking up the cricket bat and right into, again, the fingers in. What is that? Another cricket.
Hey, I know Americans,
Danny Burch,
Americans don't play cricket. Let me tell you, a cricket bat is heavier than a baseball bat.
And Danny Burch now looking at Kyle O'Reilly. And this is a big advantage bet for Team McAfee.
A long history between these two tag teams. Undisputed Era, Lorcan and Burch purely hate each other.
Danny Burch just walking up on Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly, the first superstar in this matchup for Undisputed Era.
But I do love the use of the cricket bat, some sort. Up you get, mate! Up you get!
And oh, Danny Burch took too long. And look at the isolation now. Back into that heel hook. And Danny Burch is tapping out. WarGames match hasn't officially begun.
Doesn't help you at this point, Danny Burch. Danny Burch, indeed a history of knee injuries himself. Getting a little cocky with that cricket bat, but again, the Imanari roll into the heel hook from the BJJ expert.
Oh, once again, it's Pete Dunne and the numbers advantage squarely in favor of Team McAfee at this point.
And the injured arm of Kyle O'Reilly becomes a factor here. Burch has got the cricket bat.
Oh, just hit him for 6.
Danny Burch doing his best Casey Jones impersonation, wiping out Kyle O'Reilly.
And here you see cheers.
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
Freddie Flintoff, maybe.
Well, 45 seconds and counting for Undisputed Era, because right now things aren't looking good for Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish.
And this is where the WarGames advantage is becoming a pivotal part of their strategy of McAfee's team. We saw it pay off for LeRae's team earlier on in the night with a victory. Could that be the same tonight for McAfee's team?
Adam Cole, Roderick Strong chomping at the bit. Who will be the next member of Undisputed Era to enter this matchup? Bobby Fish starting to answer back. Fish doing his best, but at this point it'd be 3-on-1. O'Reilly, so much has been taken out of O'Reilly throughout this entire matchup. And again, like a pack of wolves, the NXT Tag Team Champions beating down Fish. And here comes Roderick Strong. Strong entering in and right away.
Get out of the blocks.
He did not. He got decleated by Oney Lorcan. And now the Tag Team Champions beating down Roderick Strong. Oh, Strong answers back. And Beth, Roderick Strong, he's got to hit everything and anything that moves.
That limitless gas tank being pushed to its limits right now as he lays the bomb on Oney Lorcan.
Nice drop kick. But there's Pete Dunne. Strong caught him, up and down with a backbreaker. And Roderick Strong turning into a one-man wrecking crew. Angle slam taking out Danny Burch.
Clean the clock of Team McAfee, 3/4 of it at least.
Pete Dunne gets caught with a boot, and now Roderick Strong just taking out again everyone, and this is so important for Undisputed Era. With 2 minutes to go, Roderick Strong allowing his teammates to get back into this matchup, but look at Strong, Beth, relentless.
Great placement here for Strong to take care of 3 members all at once.
Strong can feel the energy here in the Capitol Wrestling Center, and Strong just got ping-pong off the steel cage.
Well, a cardio machine is Roderick Strong, but something had to take the wind from out from under him, and finally, Oney Lorcan able to do that.
Take a look at the carnage in this matchup, and Pete Dunne and Kyle O'Reilly, who again have found each other inside the WarGames cage, and O'Reilly tastes the steel. They've been battling for over 15 minutes here in the main event tonight at NXT TakeOver.
Bobby Fish back on his feet, but again swarmed by Team McAfee. This time the Bruiserweight getting involved.
Fish that time, bouncing off the cage, and now again Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish both being taken care of. Kyle O'Reilly doing his best right now, Beth, to do anything offensively.
Moments of desperation throughout this match, but Undisputed Era, the best way to topple them is to divide and conquer, separate them from one another so they cannot work cohesively.
The NXT Tag Team Champions working as a unit. And now Roderick Strong's getting thrown around. I mean, this has become a physical dissection. Oh, by Team McAfee.
Softening up the team of the Undisputed. Oh, just disgusting from the Bruiserweight. Snapping that arm in a direction it is not supposed to go. What on earth happened to Pete Dunne? Money.
There you see the clock under 10 seconds. As we know, the last superstar to enter will be Pat McAfee. And think about this, for Pat McAfee, this is just his second match ever, and it's gonna happen inside the WarGames cage.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Save the best to last.
Well, now, it's McAfee. McAfee has had a lot of time to plot.
I've never heard tables been booed before. Such is their hatred that the Capital Wrestling Center and indeed the NXT universe seem to have for this man, Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee is in way over his head. He has no idea the amount of brutality inside the WarGames matchup.
O'Reilly.
I mean, wait, do you see what's going on right here by Pat McAfee? He's always a showman.
Of course I do. Pre-planned. He is putting an end to the Undisputed Era tonight. The fallen empire of the Undisputed Era. The strong will get stronger and the weak will be crushed. And perhaps tonight is the night that Undisputed Era are crushed for good.
Back into the WarGames cage. I mean, Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, just decimating Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong as Danny Burch helping Pat McAfee.
I mean, so many layers of bitterness between all of these men.
One for Adam Cole.
That's real cute, Pat.
Yeah, and then there's one marked especially for Adam Cole.
Say what you like about Pat McAfee. You don't have to enjoy him, you don't have to like him, but he is box office, he is can't miss TV.
And now with that cage door being shut, Pat McAfee has officially entered the WarGames match.
And he hasn't even got his hands dirty yet.
That's because he's got his buddies doing it for him.
Yeah, and they're doing a pretty good job, Beth.
And all Adam Cole can do for the next few minutes is sit and watch.
You pay top dollar, this is what you get. Supremacy in NXT.
And Pat McAfee perched high on his throne, watching his soldiers do his bidding.
He's in the cockpit, watching his men do an incredible job in this WarGames.
And Roderick Strong, 4-on-1. And Pat McAfee, look at the first exclamation point. Driving Strong through the table.
Well, if the match had officially started, that would be an easy pinfall for Pat McAfee. He'd have this match won.
I mean, take a look at this. I mean, beautiful picture-perfect moonsault, but clearly just a moment for McAfee to show off.
How was it?
One more look at this. Crushing Roderick Strong through the table. And now McAfee gloating.
1 down, 3 to go for McAfee. You have to admire McAfee. He combines the athleticism of Seth Rollins with the hateability of The Miz.
But guys, I mean, as the countdown continues here to 5 seconds, Adam Cole's got to enter the WarGames cage.
Would you enter?
The match will officially begin, but Adam Cole has no one standing. Pat McAfee and boys have taken out the Undisputed Era.
Welcome to the Lion's Den, Adam Cole.
Well, and Adam Cole trying to find an equalizer because all 4 men waiting for Adam Cole. Cole trying to cool off Pat McAfee and crew.
It's going to take more than that to stop McAfee's crew.
Well, now Adam Cole grabs a steel chair. He's in. WarGames has officially begun. And Adam Cole goes up, goes down on Oney Lorcan. Pete Dunne, these two superstars, no stranger to one another. Cole takes down Dunne with a backstabber. Step up in Seguri, rocks Lorcan. Burch steps in, goes up, and Adam Cole drops Burch. And there's only one left standing. Pete Dunne getting in between Adam Cole.
Spoiling the moment.
He's wanted more than anything to get his hands once again on Pat McAfee.
Dunne motivated by greed.
Boom. Right now just stomping away on Adam Cole. Again, the WarGames match has officially begun. Pete Dunne looking for bitter end. Countered with a DDT. And Cole. Oh, and McAfee from behind. Oh!
Such is the genius of Pat McAfee.
Genius.
Get your hands dirty when you need to.
How about cowardly grabbing him from behind, Wade?
Oh! O'Reilly! O'Reilly's been waiting for that chair shot.
Come on, Pat, you want to be a wrestler, huh? Here you are, NXT WarGames. You came for a fight. You want to fight me? You want to fight Kyle O'Reilly? Here's your chance. Put the chair down. All right, no chair. Come on, Pat, give me a free shot, you piece of crap. Come on, hit me right in the mouth. Hit me in the mouth, you little bitch. You ain't nothing. You deserve to be this ring with me. I'm Kyle O'Reilly. You stupid freaking idiot.
Oh! And from behind, Adam Cole. Cole didn't want to waste any more time. Taking it right to Pat McAfee. And now it's Adam Cole back, raining on top. Pete Dunne running interference. And Wade, it's all breaking down.
We're going to brawl here in the Capitol Wrestling Center. All 8 men on their feet and slugging away.
This is the epitome of what WarGames is about. It all started with Kyle O'Reilly and Pete Dunne, and now all 8 superstars in the ring. Pat McAfee getting a taste of some right hands and now some knees.
This is a battle for the future of NXT. Who is going to rule the roost?
It's time for Pat McAfee to pay some dues.
Well, right now, look at Roderick Strong unloading. Bet you called Strong the endurance monster earlier. He's got to dig down deep here in this matchup, and Dunne from behind on Fish.
Each one of the Undisputed Era members brings something special, phenomenal to the table.
Dunne maybe looking for that X-Plex, turn around into a sleeper. Fish with a sleeper locked in. If Pete Dunne goes to sleep, oh! Out of nowhere with a blockbuster, Oney Lorcan.
Yeah, perhaps saving the day for Team McAfee here. This match balanced on the knife edge. The first pinfall, all submission will end it.
Into the cover goes Kyle O'Reilly. Is it enough? And Oney Lorcan able to break things up.
Well, he really is the savior for Team McAfee at this point.
On right back, and now it's Oney Lorcan getting his hands on Roderick Strong.
However much Oney Lorcan is being paid, Pat McAfee should double it after this performance.
Again, these two, all these superstars going between these 2 rings. And now look at the NXT Tag Team Champions laying waste to O'Reilly. O'Reilly's been in there since the beginning. Can O'Reilly kick out? Bobby Fish saves the match for Undisputed Era. Dunne. Over 25 minutes. Adam Cole, the freshest of everyone. And McAfee from behind with a chop block.
Beautiful, straight from the playbook of the most dirty players in NFL history. How effective was that? Look at the state of Adam Cole.
And Beth, as you take a look at the carnage, Pat McAfee is standing.
Yeah, Pat McAfee swooping in to pick the bones once again, nailing Cole from behind. Very typical.
Getting some nature boy in there.
Well, we talked about WarGames being built to destroy the four horsemen, the dirtiest player in the game. The figure four locked in. Is Adam Cole going to tap out to the figure four? The rest of the teams battling it out in the other ring. Is Adam Cole going to tap? Page shooting through Cole's body.
Brilliant from Team McAfee there. Peg the entirety of Undisputed in the other ring. This could be it now.
Adam Cole trying to turn Pat McAfee. Now it's McAfee feeling the pain. The pain shooting through McAfee's body. Is Pete Dunne going to be able to get into the second ring being held by Kyle O'Reilly? There's nowhere for McAfee to go. Is McAfee going to tap?
Well, how the tables have turned on McAfee here. Obviously, no rope breaks, but the bruiserweight saving the day for Pat McAfee. How much damage has been done to him?
Who knows how much longer Pat McAfee could have held on, but Pete Dunne breaking things up, and you're starting to see, Beth, the wear and tear of the WarGames match.
I mean, absolutely devastating. Each and every member of both teams have been through hell and back. Lorcan and Burch, the only ones on their feet at this moment.
Now you start to wonder the strategy to be implemented by either of these two teams.
Well, the NXT Tag Champions are standing tall right now in a position of dominance in this matchup. Remember, Pat McAfee took two downtrodden men in Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch and turned them into champions of the world. What a debt of gratitude they owe Pat McAfee, and they will go some way to paying that off if they gain victory for their team tonight.
Well, now it's Oney Lorcan and the aforementioned Danny Burch moving around yet another table. Roderick Strong trying to fight back on Pete Dunne for a moment. Strong, the only member of Undisputed Era who's even able to move at this point.
I'm surprised anybody in that ring is moving. Such has been the levels of abuse they've all taken.
Strong entering back, and now Bobby Fish getting back into the fight. And again now, both these superstars, Strong and Fish, a bone to pick with the NXT Tag Team Champions. Oh! Double clothesline, big kick, and Bobby Fish.
Those Muay Thai moves of Bobby Fish connecting to the skull of Danny Burch. He might be out cold, but Bobby Fish can't capitalize.
Cole looking for the super kick, caught by Dunne. Dunne answering back, looking for a submission, looking for the armbar. Cole able to roll through, grab his hand, shoulders down. Is it enough? Dunne has to relinquish.
Well, Cole had to get out blocked. He was alone over there. Would have had his arm snapped.
And Dunne. Oh no! Oh, reversal! What a reverse! Adam Cole to win WarGames and all. Dunne able to kick out Beth. Oh, so close.
Dunne's performance tonight has been absolutely unbelievable. I cannot believe he was able to kick out of that. I mean, let's take one more look here. You see the extension and then the way Dunne's head landed across Adam Cole's knee. Unbelievable that he had the wherewithal to kick out.
Yeah, I'd expect nothing less from the bruiserweight Pete Dunne, the longest reigning NXT UK champion, and now really making his mark here in NXT. Expect big things from that man in the future, but the now is the question as Adam Cole is setting up one of those tables that Pat McAfee brought in for him.
What's on the mind of Adam Cole now? Cole looking around, find Pete Dunne.
Dunne's been the most effective threat in this matchup thus far for McAfee's team.
Well, not to mention, Dunne's also been in this match, Beth, for closing in on 30 minutes.
Yet remains to be a dangerous force.
Oh, and body manipulation, but now Strong. Bobby Fish on the back of Dunne. And now it's a numbers advantage for Undisputed Era, something, Beth, we haven't been able to say a lot.
Undisputed Era relying on that brotherhood. They've been together fighting for so many years.
Oh, Dunne! Up and through the table almost! And you thought Undisputed Era wanted to plant Pete Dunne through the table, but now Undisputed Era realizing they got to go to new heights.
Yeah, well, it must be a reinforced table. That was the body of the bruiserweight. And oh! Took 3 men to snap it. Where are we getting these tables from?
Roderick Strong laying it all on the line to put Dunne and Danny Burch through a table. Hey, wait a minute, oh, McAfee quickly climbing the top rope. He's hooked up Adam Cole, looking for a superplex. Cole starting to fight back. Couple shots in the midsection. Oh! Rough landing for Pat McAfee. And how sweet that must feel for Adam Cole.
Straight through the table, intended for Kyle O'Reilly, essentially falling on his own sword is Pat McAfee as we take another look at this. Roderick Strong leaping through the air, crushing the bruiserweight. And Danny Burch, and here we go!
You see the distance of Pat McAfee's body, how far he flew. Let's take one more look. McAfee's shoulder and back crashing through that table.
This indeed is awesome. This is the WarGames matchup, and this is Undisputed ERA taking it to Team McAfee. There, Adam Cole barking orders. O'Reilly then Fish, now Strong. Oh, super kick. Dunne taken care of. And now Lorcan gets silenced.
Undisputed ERA just taking pot shots at the remaining members of Team McAfee.
Like a well-oiled machine, Undisputed ERA standing tall. There's nowhere for Pat McAfee to go because if he escapes the cage, McAfee would have forfeited.
I think he'd be happy to forfeit.
This is months. This isn't weeks. This isn't days. This is months of revenge pouring through the pores of Undisputed ERA.
Like a pack of wild dogs stripping the flesh off Pat McAfee.
Oh, Beth, do you feel bad for McAfee?
Crying inside. I'm trying not to laugh. And you know what? It's time for McAfee to pay for his crimes.
Here we go.
Into the cage again goes McAfee.
It's so tough now, are you, Pat? What do you got to say now? I got an idea. Get him a moment.
McAfee's made $1 million in 7 different industries.
Yeah, good. He can buy himself a dentist. As right now, O'Reilly, Strong, Fish, Cole. Having a... Oh, Dunne! Back on his feet. You saw Adam Cole looking to get a little payback again on Pat McAfee.
Yeah, Undisputed ERA perhaps getting a little carried away and distracted by their hatred for Pat McAfee, allowing his team members to regroup, get their 2nd win or 3rd win or 5th win at this point.
Lorcan back on his feet, and you saw Pete Dunne. Dunne leading the charge. As he has been in this matchup, has Pete Dunne for over 35 minutes. And just like that, now look who's standing tall.
Sickening. I mean, what is McAfee, what is he paying these guys? Have loyalty to a guy like him.
Paid him a lot of money back.
Apparently.
And now Bobby Fish up on the shoulders. O'Reilly stepping in, big right hand. Heading in at this point, it's not really about how much skill you have inside the squared circle. It's more about how much will and what you're letting and the ability, what you can leave in the ring.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is a coin flip at this point.
Oh! Nasty landing for O'Reilly. Fish taking out Burch.
Flying uppercut there, but
What
look,
the heck?
perched on the ropes. 4 men still up there.
See Dunne's legs trembling as he tries to maintain his balance on that rope.
Dunne hanging on, and a neck breaker off the top rope by Cole. And strong now, superplex to McAfee. All 8 superstars down. This is what we were just talking about, Ben. The will of Undisputed ERA.
And the body of Pat McAfee crashing to the mat. So you want to be a pro wrestler, huh?
Take a look at the carnage. The human destruction inside the WarGames match. And here we go again. Everyone's slugging it out.
Yeah, everyone but Pat McAfee.
You gotta leave it in. Wait a minute, look at these guys. Oh, my God, look at Pat. What's on McAfee's mind?
No way. Oh!
Oh! McAfee wiping out the field.
I cannot believe that McAfee just did that. That is the richest man in Orlando, putting his body on the line for us here at NXT. Beth, you have to at least respect this.
I mean, I am dumbfounded at the decision, but take a look at this spectacle from the top of the WarGames structure one more time. Look at the height here, crumbling all the bodies below.
Really start to wonder, what is it going to take for one of these teams to put the other away? And we are right back where we started the men's WarGames match. O'Reilly and Dunne, the first 2 superstars to enter. Another forearm rocket Dunne. Both men closing in on 45 minutes. Inside this matchup, and it's O'Reilly, now it's Dunne. Oh! Dunne out on his feet.
Huge windmill there from Kyle O'Reilly. Did the job after 6 or 7 others softened him up.
And O'Reilly gets caught by Dunne. Able to counter and looking to hyperextend the elbow. O'Reilly, who has stepped up in the presence of Undisputed ERA, trying to do it one more time here tonight. Dunne catches O'Reilly.
Back on the fingers. Oh!
And now it's Dunne, looking for the bitter end. Cover on Kyle O'Reilly. And O'Reilly kicked out.
Where on earth is he finding it?
How on earth, as you mentioned, did Kyle O'Reilly kick out of the bitter end?
2 cardio machines, apparently unbreakable.
And there's not much left for O'Reilly. O'Reilly almost out of instinct, kicked out. And somehow, some way, Pete Dunne is the only superstar standing.
Dunne just dragging the prone body of O'Reilly, trying to formulate his next move.
Well,
What could finally put...
You can see the next move. You see the look in the eyes of Pete Dunne, looking right over. And Wayman up and oh! Off the suplex, into the cover, and Dunne! Pete Dunne now kicking out. I mean, Beth, even you got to give credit when credit is due to the Bruiserweight.
The hip, the back, you see Dunne grabbing his neck there from his body crashing onto the steel grate right there. Let's take a listen to the sound. Both bodies crashing into the metal, and Dunne is stunned. He hasn't moved.
Yeah, there was no bounce on that landing at all, no give at all on that steel grate in the middle of no man's land there. Of course, Kyle O'Reilly knew all about that.
Dunne. Again, the first two that started this, the only two that are moving at this point. And now, O'Reilly. Bad intentions running through the mind of Kyle O'Reilly.
This could be a career ender.
Pete Dunne is out. Dunne is not moving. O'Reilly and McAfee again. Oh. McAfee to the knee of O'Reilly.
Okay. Give me your best. Give me your...
And Adam Cole, steel chair and all, not afraid of McAfee. Look at Adam Cole now.
Adam Cole on fire in there now. He has the steel chair. Time for a little payback, perhaps.
Cole, no! Low blow, and it's all legal.
Well, we saw an impersonation of Ric Flair earlier. That is a shade of the dirtiest player in the game from Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee
No,
will
it's
never be
McAfee
Ric
now,
Flair.
looking to punt Cole out of WarGames. Swing and a miss, pump kick connects. McAfee is down, Cole is standing. This is what Adam Cole has thought about since NXT TakeOver 30. Since being dropped at NXT TakeOver 31. There's Danny Burch.
Just when Cole thinks he has McAfee right where he wants him.
Fish dragging Burch through the table.
And how apropos that table was in fact intended for
McAfee
Bobby
with
Fish.
McAfee with a super kick to Cole. Oh no. Looking for possibly. Oh, Sunrise got caught. Super kick by Adam Cole. Don't accept imitations. Accept the original. Cole looking down. Panama Sunrise.
That's how it's done.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
No way!
Take a look at this, Bobby Fish neutralizing Danny Burch, going through the table.
But Beth, we've seen Adam Cole win championships with the Panama Sunrise. And Pat McAfee somehow, some way, able to kick out. But now Cole looking for the last shot. Oney Lorcan sacrificing himself. Step up enziguri by Pete Dunne. Cole rocked. Dunne realizing it.
Well, Dunne smartly getting in there to capitalize.
Under the steel chair.
Ribs first, sternum first.
Strong out of the back of Dunne. Breaking up the count. And now Roderick Strong trying to turn things around. Backbreaker in his own right. Oney Lorcan now. Swing and a miss. Oh! Tag team tandem offense by the Undisputed Era. O'Reilly walking the tightrope. Knee across the face of the chair. Into the face of Lorcan. Cover. Undisputed Era stands tall.
Here are your winners, the Undisputed Era!
Some way, somehow, UE pulls it up. Unbelievable.
Well, the action throughout this matchup was unbelievable. Let's take a look at this insane maneuver by Pat McAfee, taking out all of the members of both teams.
And take one more look. Pat McAfee laying it on the line tonight. But in the end, Bobby Fish with Burch in his sights. Bobby Fish driving Burch through the table that had Fish's name on it.
Here, Adam Cole hitting the signature Panama Sunrise. Usually effective anytime he hits it, but in this moment, so
And then when everything was breaking down, it was Kyle O'Reilly. Take it to the sky. Chair across the face of Oney Lorcan. The exclamation point on what must be an exhilarating feel for those four men.
Well, tonight, Team McAfee, despite an epic performance from their four men, they did not manage to shock the system. NXT still belongs to the Undisputed Era.
And you see the battle scars, the wounds of war from this men's WarGames match. Pat McAfee said the spirit of Undisputed Era was broken. It is not. As a matter of fact, the system not shot, but restored tonight. And for Undisputed Era, they entered WarGames here tonight for the brand, for the black and gold brand. And in the end, it is Undisputed Era standing tall